our goals for this evening are we are going to practice a few new thinking routines. We're going to be considering the role of bias and the power of perspective in our teaching and learning. And we will participate in a social studies and creative writing integrated demo lesson. So we have a lot to do, and I'm really looking forward to spending the next 90 minutes with you. Okay, so this is a continuum. A continuum is basically just an opportunity for us to get to know each other. It's a little icebreaker. So everybody's name is in a circle, and we're going to just between the continuum of two options. So for example, cats and dogs, where do you land? Are you extremely a cat person? Are you an extremely a dog person? Or are you somewhere in neutral, somewhere in the middle? So just you can click on your name and then just drag your circle. So I'm gonna reveal myself. Drag your circle to where on the continuum do you land? It looks like I'm the lonely cat person in the room. So Carolina, do you want to, why are you all the way on the other end?
I put myself in dogs because I love dogs. And I think my personality is like, I like to bark a lot.
So using what we just saw in the clips from her TED Talk, we're gonna do a thinking routine. So if you have a pen or a piece of paper, or even if you want to type it on your computer, that works too. We're going to write a reflection. It can be a summary of what you just heard, or it can be a response, how it made you feel, or even just like a simple kind of journal, quick reflection. But I want you to write it in exactly 24 words. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into breakout groups. And with your group, I want you to share your breakdown. So where did you start and how did it break down over the process of that thinking routine? What was that process like for you? And then everyone will have about 2 minutes to share, and then we'll do some crosstalk. So what are some big themes that emerged through that process? Awesome, welcome back. I'd love to hear how your conversations went. Do we have somebody from group 1?
Hi, I think that was me. So yeah, our words were risk, dignity, and incomplete.
Yes, so our words were experiences, dangerous, and understand. And I think we all said it was a challenge as well as anxiety ridden, like trying to figure out what to cross out.
Yeah, what I love about this thinking routine is that I think, yeah, it does. My first time I did it, I mean, be like, blah, yeah, you get rid of those tiny words, but then it doesn't feel like makes sense. But then it really, I feel like, helps kind of in a concise way get at what in my estimation was the main idea of what I just absorbed, right? So I think it's capturing main idea. This is something that you definitely do in like ELA if you're reading a story, and social studies are really, I think, a cross-content area. Some of us might remember when the Saints won the Super Bowl, and this is the cover of the local news, the Times-Picayune, the day after they won. And as you can see, it's very celebratory, super exciting. It was the first time that they ever won. On the other hand, this was the cover of the local newspaper in Indianapolis, right? Heartbreak. I think this is a harmless example, but it shows how even in media, which is supposed to be totally impartial, reveals its bias when it comes to local fanfare. So as consumers of media, it's our responsibility to read with a critical eye, and then also to teach our students how the perspective of the storyteller can significantly alter the story that's being told. So all of that being said, and thinking about perspective and bias and how that informs the stories that are being told and the story based on the storyteller, we're going to practice another thinking routine looking at this image. I really like this thinking routine because it's kind of similar to See, Think, Wonder, where it impels students to look closely add an image, looking for details within the image. And it also is a good practice for parts of speech, which you'll see. So would you, in the chat, just write some of the adjective noun pairings that you found looking at this image. Fancy hats, outdated clothing, small child, simple buildings, comfy coats, old truck, young children, worried people. Would one or two people like to share a question that they came up with?
Where is this taking place?
Mm-hmm.
Where are these people from?
Mm-hmm.
What are the people waiting for?
I love your questions and what a wide variety of like what kind of perspectives we have just looking at this image, right? I think what I love about this thinking routine, like I said, is it helps students look closely and spend some time with an image, and then also provokes them to kind of think about it with curiosity by asking questions.